Welcome, my Phoenix family, to One-Footed Phoenix. September is Chronic Pain Awareness Month. About 21% of the adults in the United States lived with a chronic pain condition. And of that 20%, nearly 7% of adults in the US lived with extreme chronic pain conditions that became debilitating, meaning that they likely were not able to work and had to find some sort of way to get around the fact that they needed a way to support themselves. Today, I've been an amputee for nearly 3 years because of the effects of complex regional pain syndrome. CRPS is the most painful condition rated on the Miguel Pain Scale, and there is no cure for CRPS. It's a pain syndrome that happens on a 24/7 basis. And those pain signals are so strong that they're rated above childbirth and kidney stones. Complex regional pain syndrome has even been nicknamed the suicide disease because of the intense suffering that people with this condition experience on a day-to-day basis. Even though amputation was able to greatly improve my quality of life, I still have a lot of phantom limb pain and I still experience chronic pain, but just not quite to the level of CRPS as I once did. However, today I want to talk about the people that don't have the chance to have an amputation to escape the horror of complex regional pain syndrome. I have many friends in this community of CRPS who don't have the opportunity to amputate a limb, either because they can't find a doctor who's willing to take that chance and that risk on them, or they can't amputate because they have CRPS in their entire body. Imagine living a life where everything that touches you causes you intense pain. Imagine a world where the sheets of a bed are like pressing your skin against a hot iron. Imagine a world where wearing clothing is excruciatingly painful. A world where the only socks you can handle on your feet are soft and fuzzy ones. A world where the only shoes you can wear are slippers. Imagine being told by doctors that your pain is being all made up, or that they don't know enough to be able to help you. Imagine a world where everything that brings you joy becomes an unbearable activity and a reminder of the life you could have had. Imagine a world where there isn't a solution or a cure to the 24/7 pain that's worse than childbirth, kidney stones, non-terminal cancer, phantom limb pain, and breaking a bone. I am one of the many 200,000 people in the United States that doesn't have to imagine this reality, because I have lived it. What I have just described was the reality of my life while living with complex regional pain syndrome. And it's the reason that I wanted for so long to come up with a challenge that I could put forth to you guys that not only CRPS patients would be able to participate in, but the entire internet would be able to participate in. I know this sounds like a pretty lofty and huge project, and believe me, it kind of is, and it's a little crazy, but I'm putting this out here because I believe in the good power of social media to do something amazing in the world. I believe that over the next couple of months, we can make a big difference in the world of CRPS. I believe that we together as a community, as the internet, have an opportunity here to raise money for CRPS research. Not just awareness, but research. Research that will find better treatments. Research that may eventually lead to a cure for CRPS. So I've wanted to create a fundraiser for quite some time, and I wanted it to be inclusive. But in order to make the fundraiser inclusive and this project inclusive, I've had to come up with some creative solutions that hopefully you guys will like. Be sure to share your challenge on as many social media channels as possible and to tag 3 friends on each platform you share on. Use the hashtag #OneFootedPhoenix challenge for CRPS. And then lastly, be sure to donate as much as you can, or as much as you're able to, or as much as you'd like to the official GoFundMe campaign. And this is important, it needs to be to the GoFundMe campaign I know that GoFundMe will take out a little bit for the overhead fee, but trust me, it's worth it to have them host things because the donations will go directly to the charity that I have chosen, and the charity that I have chosen really focuses on the research side of CRPS. The hashtag for the challenge will be down in this video description down below, as well as a sample post or the text for a sample post that I've put together, and you're free to copy and paste both of those things and put them on whatever social media platform you decide to put your challenge on. So there are 4 different options to participate in this challenge. And the reason that there's 4 different options is because, again, I wanted to make it inclusive for as many people as possible to be able to participate. You only need to choose one of these options. To be clear, you don't need to choose all 4, but if you want to choose all 4, go for it. Orange is the official color of the CRPS Awareness Ribbon. To participate in this challenge option, you're going to take a photo of you wearing as much orange clothing as possible throughout your day in as many situations as possible. So if you're at work, you take a picture. If you're at school, you take a picture. If you are out grocery shopping in the community, take a photo. You just want to take a picture in as many different public situations as possible, and you can even take one at home if you work from home. That's totally cool, that's fine. And then what you're going to do with those pictures is you're going to post them with the text that's down in the description down below, and then make sure you nominate your friends and donate. So option number 2 is going to be to write a letter of encouragement to a CRPS patient. You're either going to give it to someone you know with CRPS, or if you don't know anyone with CRPS, you can email me a PDF or just a copy, just the text that you typed out, to onefootedphoenix@gmail.com. And I, One Footed Phoenix, will find a CRPS warrior that needs your letter of encouragement. I'm in a lot of groups and things to help CRPS patients, so if you don't have someone you can give your letter to, definitely let me know. But I do want you guys to keep a couple things in mind as you post a letter for someone with CRPS. Number 1 to keep in mind when you do your letter is to not pity them for having chronic pain, but instead encourage them to keep going and that they are enough. Encourage them that they are strong enough to get through the really hard days. If you know someone with CRPS and you're a caregiver to them, or if you have CRPS yourself, this is a really good thing that you could include in the letter, but be sure to include what has helped you get through those difficult times with CRPS. We want this to be focused on being uplifting, but not so much focused on being a downer. If you don't have CRPS or you haven't really ever experienced being a caregiver to it, that's okay. You can just include something that maybe helps you when you're having a hard time, such as, like going outside helps me cope with having depression. Or you could be like, hey, when I was having a really hard time when I lost someone I loved, I did this and I went to church and that really helped me. And that's totally cool and okay. And then lastly, with this challenge, just don't forget to donate, and you want to make sure that you post a picture of the letter that you wrote onto your social media when you nominate your 3 friends. So the third option to participate in the One Footed Phoenix challenge for CRPS is to share your CRPS story. So this is just kind of the story of how you got injured, how you got hurt, or maybe just even how the CRPS came on, because for some people it is spontaneous. And then in this story, if you're a caregiver to someone with CRPS, you can also share that as well in your experiences with it. Especially focus on your experiences with trying to get treatment for you or your loved one with CRPS. Try to keep it on the family friendly with the language, please. I know that CRPS is really, really hard. And I don't doubt that. There have been times that CRPS has made me want to say swear words. But because my channel is family friendly, I ask that you guys keep it family friendly. So the 4th and final way that you can participate in the One Footed Phoenix challenge for CRPS is to do a cold plunge ice bath. Now, I know that everyone with CRPS probably won't be able to choose this option because they won't be able to handle the cold on their skin. That's okay. This one is more so included for people that maybe don't have CRPS but want to experience something that maybe gives them a bit more perspective or compassion towards people that have CRPS. You can even use a bathtub in your own house if you don't have one of those. And you need a whole bunch of ice, so you'll probably need a few bags of ice, I would recommend. And then you want to turn the faucet all the way to cold. What you want to do is you want to take a video clip of you getting into this ice bath. So like, if you can stay there for up to like a couple minutes, you're doing really well, and that's fine, that's enough. I also want you to share in that video a fact that you look up on the internet about CRPS. And then finally, when you share your video, just make sure to use the hashtag and to nominate a couple of friends, and then to have the instructions for all 4 of the options for participation in the One-Footed Phoenix CRPS challenge. You can go and watch another video where I explain a whole lot more about what CRPS is and about the impacts that it has in people's lives. For this challenge here on YouTube, I nominate the following YouTubers. First, I nominate Monoped Adventures. The second person that I'm nominating here on YouTube for this challenge is Real Breaking Nate. And then the third person that I would like to nominate here on YouTube for the CRPS challenge is my internet friend, Annika the amputee. If you'd like to see that video, click over here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!